forward. Do you have the total amount of dollars the Chief Justice withdrew after the date of his impeachment from the various bank accounts?
We object, Your Honor,
Why?
because the witness may be cross-examined only on matters directly taken up in the direct examination.
If Your Honor, please, the witness has been subpoenaed by the defense specifically for the purpose of addressing the $10 million. And now they are trying to limit her testimony. I think we should put it on record, Your Honor, that the defense has repeatedly misrepresented the supposed intent of the Chief Justice to open his dollar accounts.
We do not,
As early as February 12, 2011, this honorable court already ruled that the PS bank accounts should have been opened. But it relented to the TRO, in particular because of the representation of the Chief Justice that he will open his account.
we have, if Your Honor, please.
Up to now, he has not done that. And now, they are trying to block the testimony of the Ombudsman regarding transactions and documents which they specifically subpoenaed.
The rule says, and I'll read to you the rule of evidence involved. Section 12, Rule 132. The unwilling or hostile witness so declare, or the witness who is an adverse party may be impeached by the party presenting him in all respects as if he had been called by the adverse party, except by evidence of his bad character. Now, the rule now involved in this discussion is this. He may also be impeached and cross-examined by the adverse party, which is the prosecution now. But such cross-examination must only be on the subject of his examination in chief. So I'll have to sustain the objection.
If Your Honor, please, may I ask for a reconsideration?
Why?
The defense has already waived its right for the prosecution to cross-examine on the $10 million accounts. They expressly waived that, Your Honor, by making the representations they made last Tuesday and on the basis of the subpoena request they made. They already waived that, Your Honor.
If I may be allowed to answer, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
There could be no waiver, Your Honor, because our objection now is predicated on the rule of evidence. We are not preventing my learned colleague from cross-examining her. But the cross-examination, being a hostile witness, Your Honor, must be only on matters taken up on the direct. Did we touch on the withdrawals? The answer is no. Did we ask her to testify?
Anyway, motion to reconsider is denied. Next question.
Honorable Ombudsman, who gave you this report from the AMLAC?
You are referring to the particular person?
Yes.
Yes, the executive director,
Who is he?
Vicente Aquino.
I noticed, Honorable Ombudsman, that there are initials. There is one initial on every page of both exhibits pertaining to the reports of the AMLAC. Do you know whose initial this is?
One of the officials of AMLAC or Central Bank, who is an analyst, bank analyst.
You earlier mentioned that you arrived at the conclusion that there were $10 million. Did you ask, did you request anyone to assist you in evaluating?
After my initial evaluation, I had to seek the assistance of the COA.
Who in particular, ma'am, in the COA?
The chair, Grace Tan, and then eventually I later requested Heidi Mendoza, the
And what
deputy
was-
commissioner.
What was their response to your request for
Well, they
assistance?
came
Again,
up with their analysis of dollar accounts.
Did they come up with a report on their analysis of
Well,
the dollar?
Your
came
Honor,
up-
please, before the Honorable Ombudsman answer, may we go on record, Your Honor, as again objecting to this. These matters had not been taken up in the direct examination, Your Honor.
Which
And
one?
if we have to be
Which one?
the alleged report, the examination by the COA, and so on, and nothing had been mentioned about that. in the direct examination. So following the previous...
Actually, counsel, the documents have been waived by the witness during her examination in chief. Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor, but the question now...
Pinakita niya eh.
Yes, Your Honor, but...
And it was elicited by virtue of a question from the defense.
No, Your Honor.
So,
May I-
see, the witness is now explaining who helped her, because that was the question
Yes, Your Honor.
of the cross-examining counsel. So, the
Okay.
witness may answer.
May I request for the reconsideration, Your Honor?
Why?
The matters being sought to be listed on cross-examination, Your Honor, are matters not taken up in the direct examination. And the witness does not cease to be a hostile witness. The rules under Rule 132, Section 13, if I recall correctly, allows cross-examination. We are not denying them the right to cross-examine. But my point is, the cross-examination must be limited only to matters taken up in the direct examination. Now, the question now centers on the alleged examination by the COA, on the report, and on the examination. Our point is, this had never been touched in our direct examination, and I appeal to the records to buttress our argument on the point.
If Your Honor, please.
But don't you think the question to the Ombudsman is because of the document that was presented to this court by virtue of the examination in chief?
No, what the documents...
He's explaining
Your Honor,
what happened, how that document was prepared, evaluated by her, and she said she sought the assistance of other people.
if Your Honor,
But
please.
anyway, okay, just to give you all the leeway to defend your client, counsel for the prosecution, reform your question.
Yes, Your Honor. May I just point out that in the request for subpoena of the defense, I quote that the Honorable Ombudsman bring with her the original and certified true copies of documents of the complaint against Chief Justice before the Office of the Ombudsman, as well as original and certified true copies of the documents on which they base their accusations that Chief Justice Corona has foreign denominated accounts with an aggregate value of $10 million. These are the words of the defense when they
Yeah.
asked for the subpoena. And now they're trying to prevent the witness from testifying on the very documents they subpoenaed, just because they now know that the contents are adverse to them.
We are afraid, Your Honor, that we had been misunderstood. We never have referred to any subpoena, much less to any subpoena ducis tecum. That had not been part of the direct examination of the witness.
Therefore,
What-
you directly examined her on the basis of matters
we
that
are
were not
object-
subject of the
What we are
subpoena.
objecting is the question propounded to the witness, which covers subject matter that has not been taken up in the direct examination. That is
Anyway,
very clear.
counsel for the prosecution, please reform your question so that we will not go into this lengthy discussion.
Yes, Your Honor. You earlier said, Madam Ombudsman, that you are prepared to present a PowerPoint.
Yes.
Can you do that?
Yes, sir. If the impeachment court will allow me, Your Honors.
If Your Honor, please.
Unless I'm reversed by the... Yes, what's the pleasure of the...
If it's not part of our direct examination. And secondly, Your Honor,
If Your Honor,
the
please.
power, allow me to continue.
I vehemently disagree with the statement that it was not part of the direct examination.
Your Honor, please.
The journal will bear me out. They asked questions regarding the basis for the $10 million.
Right.
Now that the
Where is the
evidence is
PowerPoint?
adverse to them, they're trying to suppress it. May I point out the presumption in the rules of court that
Can
when
you-
evidence is suppressed, it is presumed to be adverse to the party suppressing such evidence.
You're misquoting a wrong law. That does not apply in this particular case. Do we have a right to object? Our answer is yes. It's addressed to the Honorable Court.
Did
And
you not ask a question about the basis of the charge that the Chief Justice has $10 million?
Yes.
We did not discuss on that in the direct
Did you ask
examination.
that question?
Yes.
I do not recall, Your
Well,
Honor.
let's go to the record.
My question is, what
No,
is...
Let us not discuss this. I want to see the record if indeed the defense counsel did not ask anything about the basis of the $10 million that was the subject matter of the examination in chief. What's the pleasure of the gentleman from Taguig?
Mr. President, just to save time and to support the earlier ruling of the chair, during the direct examination, tinanong po ng counsel, bakit hindi mo nilagay sa sulat yung basihan?
Yes.
At ano yung basihan? Ang sagot po ng Honorable Ombudsman, ang basihan niya yung dokumento sa AMLAC. Natandaan ko po to kasi 4 na beses niya po winagaygay.
Winagayway.
Sorry po. Excuse my Filipino. Anyway, she held it up and waved it. And we were teasing Senator Jinggoy na kumuha na tayo ng kopya baka mawala. And paulit-ulit po yung ombudsman in saying na para tayong sirang plaka, hindi ko sinama to sa letter sapagkat she didn't think it was needed na ilagay sa letter. Therefore, Mr. Chair, to support the presiding officer, winagay niya na yung wagayway. No? Kanina pa niya winawave yun. And secondly, Your Honor, not to debate with you, kasi kung bubuksan pa natin yung record, hahaba pa, or kung yung pronunciation ko sa Tagalog, ayusin ko, hahaba pa. So excuse me for that mistake. But the defense is the one who brought up the AMLAC records. Ang ginagawa lang ng prosecution ngayon, nag-elaborate o hinihimay. And the PowerPoint is para tulungan na ihimay. So I'll stop there, but I'm supporting the ruling of the chair that it is proper in cross because it was brought up in fact by the defense, except hindi nyo hinimay o hindi nyo na tinanong yung ombudsman kung ano yung laman. But yung the fact na meron pong papeles na galing po sa AMLAC, nanggaling po yun sa tanong ng defense. And I'm afraid nahahaba po, tatagal po tayo today kung babalik pa tayo sa records and every single question. Kasi po, pagkatapos nyo po, magtatanong din kaming senator judges at hawak na po namin kopya namin, magtatanong din kami. So without interfering in the way you will defend your client, and I understand you have to do this, these questions will come out, sir. And I just like to put on record that I'm supporting the Senate President's stand that this was brought up. And I hope maging smooth yung pagtatanong natin dito.
Thank you, Mr. Senator. What we are objecting is the utilization of PowerPoint, Your Honor. True. But when there was a statement to the effect that this came from the AMLA, I recall having questioned, cross-examined the witness, Your Honor, on several matters regarding the AMLA, and the net effect is that she is not in a position to testify on matters properly within the confines or jurisdiction of the AMLA. That's why I stop in there. I did not insist, Your Honor, that she should be examined in connection with how the matter was brought to the AMLA, what investigation was conducted by the